Yeah, I'm gleaning a handful of tidbits. Oh, now we're live. You
I pulled the
sneaky lady. Hello, everybody, and welcome to this Wednesday writing sprint where I was duped. I was about to bare my soul to my friend Abby. Then I saw we went live. No, we were just chatting about some stuff I've learned about writing horror. So, hello, welcome. Thank you for joining us. Abby, you're hanging around for the first 5 minutes just to give me someone to chat with, and then y'all have me just to your. I have you just to myself. You being
All
the
to your
audience, not you.
lonesome.
Yeah.
You don't have to share him with me today. You
Yeah.
go all to yourself.
So I gotta say hello to Matulver and Shelly and NJ and Aaron and JM Brown and Rosalinda and David and Ashley and Iva and Emily and Lass, and I got them all. Perfect. Welcome everybody. Excellent. Abby, I had something that I wanted to share with you, actually, a little thing that I thought of. So the Dabble team knows this, but for everyone else here or watching after, where I live, we were just hit with a really bad ice and freezing rainstorm over the weekend. A lot of places were without power for days. Cell phone service was down, Wi-Fi was down, trees just fell everywhere. A lot of devastation. But I distinctly remember, and this made me think about writing, so I don't know what this says about me. I distinctly remember once it was over, once the worst of it was over, and we could actually go outside and I could walk my dog again, around the fallen trees. I stepped out, and when I smelled the air, I immediately thought of Christmas because there is a distinct smell for Christmas. Every year we go and we cut down a tree to have as our Christmas tree, right? And there's a distinct smell when you cut a Christmas tree or a pine tree, or whatever the specific kind is, right? A Douglas fir. And so when the branches and trees snapped and fell, you had that same smell drifting out into the air because of this devastation. And I thought it was just such a strange thing to be reminded of Christmas when it looked like a horror movie around me.
What a juxtaposition.
Right? So
Yeah.
I want to use that to challenge anyone here writing with me during one of our 3 sprints today, and I should share the link for that. They're below me, but here it is. Be intentional at some point. Try to insert a sense that is very powerful, but almost out of place if you can. Something that is so strange in its juxtaposition that it just hits the reader and hits you right in the feels. So,
well, I have to tell you, we always smell a bit like a murky swamp here in Florida. And I want you to know,
could that be the
just
swamps
because
around?
it could be, because we are right on the edge of the Everglades. I don't know, maybe that's it. There's a preserve just off my neighborhood. But no, I also have to say that I put on my flannel shirt because I didn't want you to see what I was really wearing, because it's almost 90 degrees here, which is a sundress. But like, you might be like, oh, look, Abby's lives in someplace warm.
We're getting a little more freezing rain
just for
tonight,
you.
and then it'll go up to 16 degrees tomorrow, which is,
What
I
is
don't know,
that?
70 something maybe.
Okay. Oh,
Like,
that's beautiful. You're
yeah,
getting
it's gonna be really
beautiful
nice.
weather.
Yeah, I'm excited for that. I see that Sarah has joined us here, so welcome. Ashley saying so many people at work were wearing shorts today. That's, you'll also see a lot of people wearing shorts when it's freezing out here. So
I have a neighbor in Rhode Island who used to snowblow in shorts and a flip flop.
Yeah,
because I mean, it's
they're making a
just
statement.
Yeah.
NJ said here, a candle in a bright room will have less impact than one in a dark room. And I like that framing of this very strange kind of scent, or a strange thing happening where it shouldn't belong. So yeah, that's my challenge for today. That's kind of my takeaway from this rough weekend that we all had. There's a power line down in front of my wife's school, so she's been off work for the last couple days, which is very strange for her.
Because you said they don't ever close for weather up where you are.
The buses will be canceled, but that's it.
Oh,
all
man,
right.
the kids have to be overjoyed.
So their parents certainly aren't. All right, Abby, thanks for joining me. Everyone else, I'll talk to you in 20 minutes. All right, I was writing till the last second there, but we are done our first sprint. I pulled that off there, and before I get ahead of myself, I'm going to share the second link. But again, you can find the second sprint in the description below my face or in the top left of the sprint you were just in if you're writing along with me at wordsprints.org. Let's see how we are doing here. Ashley got 360 and is off to art class. Ashley, have a fantastic class. Thanks for swinging by. Emily got 462. Rosalinda got 318. I got 995, just shy of that 4-digit mark. But I'm slowing down in this draft. Not that 995 is slow, right? But I'm slowing down in this draft because I'm finding I'm venturing into uncharted territories now. I've spoken at length before about how I planned a lot of the first half of this book, but very minimal scaffolding for the second half. And so I'm getting into that uncharted territory, that unscaffolded construction, and exploring a little bit more. And I think it's going to slow down the process, but it's going to lead to something more organic and something that I think will be good. So, and Rosalinda finally figured out how I'm going to fix a part of this book that wasn't working. Fantastic. David got 286. David, are we still typing on our phone or are we typing on a computer now? Alas got 648. Sarah 299. Shelly 342. Renee's here. Welcome, welcome. And Metalver 484. I was writing an angry scene and my husband just came to check on me and asked if I was okay. I guess I was typing rather hard. I love it. It's the passion. Aaron got 32 words and 2 pages edited of your Nano draft. And speaking of Nano, I know some folks here joined us for the live stream, the rather impromptu live stream yesterday morning with Abby and myself. But if you haven't, you can go and watch that to just see how we reacted to the news about Nano, and some plans moving forward and stuff that I think is actually really important, and that whether you do Nano or not is something that I want people to keep in mind and consider. So let me drop that in there. Strongblade got nine words total from some editing, or let me know how that went. Star, welcome. This week's been mostly virtual convention panels left and right for me, but time's align. Welcome. I'm glad you could join us. NJ needs a name for siblings of Alina or Lina and Laszlo. If anyone has suggestions, feel free to drop them in the chat. And Star is starting in the second sprint. Excellent. Which should be in the chat and should be below me to grab that link. And David's now on computers now that the time zones have realigned. I love that. All right. We got 2 minutes. And what is everybody working on? I've chatted about what my draft is, but let me know what it is you're working on. We see Aaron's working on your Nano draft. That's fantastic. But tell me more. Strongblade, I was really observing. It's your first time. I thought I didn't recognize the name, so welcome. Thanks for joining for the first time. Just so you know, the format, we do 20-minute sprints with 5 minutes in between. I'll have my words up on the screen, hoping no one actually reads them, because you may see every now and then I just shake my head when I write a particularly bad line of prose, but just to help us stay accountable and stay motivated and see what the deal is. So I'm glad you could be joining us. Thanks. And Star, yeah, gonna make a post agreeing with such before the video that the actual program being Nano might be gone, but the spirit won't die. And that's something I can't remember if I said it in the video, but I reiterated from Kilby, the executive director of Nano, that Nano existed before the nonprofit and it will continue to exist after, and people will continue to do that challenge with or without an organization running it. All right. Erica, starting back on your Nano draft for Sprint 2. Fantastic. We got some suggestions from David for some names, which I love. Strongways read on Storycraft Cafe. Awesome. Yeah, I love this. Rosalinda, Nano is what made me go from thinking about writing books to actually writing books. For all the problems, I loved what it gave me. That's how I really feel about it. And congrats to your daughter. That's fantastic. All right, we got 20 seconds here. Dialogue only challenge. Someone left in the W forums. I love it. I'm working on a novel of a man sailing in a yacht in Scandinavian waters, meeting problems with hostile local environment. I love that. Matilda, I'll read that once we get back because I hear it ticking away. We have 3 seconds to go. Let's get some words written. I'll see y'all in 20 minutes. Forgot to unmute. All right, everyone, that's our second sprint done. That's 40 minutes of writing come to an end. How did we all do? Let me catch up on the chat here. Matulver's elevator pitch for your current project: when two darkly eccentric friends reunite in their hometown, their filthy escapades, a secret or two, and a cast of idiosyncratic friends lead them closer to uncovering the town's dark secret. Very intriguing. You got a lot going on there, and I love it. NJ is sorry, chat's bumping, so I keep missing my mark here. Is Storycraft Cafe now Dabble U? I am confused, and I just realized my music's still going. Yes, there is a rebranding going on, and I think Abby is a better person to ask about that because the community is her domain. But we are slowly transitioning Storycraft Cafe over to what we're calling Dabble U Campus, which is just an extension of all that Dabble has to offer, because we have Dabble U, which is our collection of 450 plus articles and a ton more resources about the craft of writing. And so the campus is just an extension of that and the community aspect of that. So it's a slow process. I don't know when it officially becomes that, but you'll notice that the logo and the color scheme have changed, and there's going to be more consistency across all Dabble things going forward. But I think Abby is running tomorrow's sprints with Hank, maybe, so she can talk more about that. Emily, isn't it funny how even before joining this community and its sprints, many of us were actually already writing together every November? Maybe not every, but still some Novembers. And that's it. This week, if you're a Dabble Premium member, you got the newsletter from me talking about community, and we chatted about it yesterday too in the NaNoWriMo brief live stream that we did. But like, community is so pervasive in writing, even if we're not aware of it. And I think the more aware you are of that, the more cognizant you are of the community that we have available to us and how powerful that can be for your writing and your story, the more you can lean into it and the better writer you can be. And so there's just little coincidences like that where we were already part of this community. Now we're just more aware of it, and we're all the better for it. Kara, thanks for joining us. I hope brunch was delicious. So Shelly got 305 there, Star 254, Rosalinda 335, Emily 643, Last 577, Sarah 362, Strongblade 519, much better than the 9 before. 256, Renee, or for Erica, Renee got 191, Matulver 456, David 481. And Rosalinda's loving the W idea, such a great community already. I love it. And yeah, Star, basically it's more of an integration thing. Yeah, it's not so much integration, because it is you can, like, anyone can join, right? Any writer can join the cafe or the campus, as we're going to be calling it going forward. But it is, a lot of people didn't know that Dabble was the entity behind the Storycraft Cafe. And the more that we add things like courses to it, the more we want it to be both community and a place where people can further their craft and further their learning. Here is the link for the third sprint. And Renee saying cafe was also fun, and it was very fun. And it's still a cool name. And honestly, you're going to catch me slipping and calling it the cafe for a long time anyway, because that's how it's been for 3 years now. But I'm really excited for all the cool stuff that we're going to be bringing to W Campus. A seamless brand experience. Matulver's got it. All right, let me make sure that I have everything I need here, and make sure, I always forget to say this, but I'm going to say it now so you can't blame me when it doesn't happen. Make sure to copy and paste your work out of word sprints to where you're going to go. I like to copy and paste across the sprint, so I have it all in the third sprint, but I forgot to do that for the second one, so it's just catching up there. And yeah, Star, no, you're joking, but I think we're actually going to have a space called the cafe. And in my mind, and that might have been my suggestion, to be honest, in my mind, like, every campus has a cafe and a place to sit, right? That's what I remember most about school, was that social aspect. So I'll advocate for it. We got our third and final sprint of the day. I'll see y'all in 20 minutes. Happy writing. I always forget to unmute myself. I just gave away the secret to immortality, so I'm sorry that I wasn't talking when that was happening. And Metalver, I was thinking this. Gotta tell us to like and subscribe too, which cue my fun little media. Boom. Which like I always hate saying it because I always hate hearing it, but we love doing this kind of stuff, this 3 times a week, writing sprints, the shows that we do, the interviews we do, all that stuff. So if you could do me a favor, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Give me a thumbs up if you've enjoyed these sprints or you got, 9 or more words written. Uh, and tell your friends that these sprints are going on because we love to have new people joining. For that one, Renee had to duck out early, got 77 words. But Renee, if you're watching this afterwards, excited to see you tomorrow. Strongblade, the campus cafeteria. I'm gonna have to bank that one. We'll use it somewhere. Shelly got 463, Rosalinda 411, Metalver 293. Thank you for joining for these great sprints. Star got 239 for a total of 499. Yeah, you should repeat yourself in that immortality secret. It's gone. The knowledge just evaporated after I said it. I'm sorry. But if it's any consolation, I also forgot. So I'm in the same boat of mortality. Erica got 367. The struggle's real today, but you're glad you got some words out, and I'm glad you got some words out with me. I really appreciate. I know it can be really tough to write sometimes. I know the motivation's not there, but the more you force yourself to sit down and just do it, even if it's half of what you normally write, then it's just going to be easier the next time. So very proud of you. Alaska got 559, Sarah 260, David 408, Strongblade. Sorry, Reed. I'm going to remember Reed. It takes me a few times. 493. Rosalinda got 1059 total today. Awesome. NJ, thank you for joining me. Thank you everyone for joining me today. I don't think we have any other live streams going on today. Let me quickly check the calendar so I can shamelessly plug some events. Today, nothing, but tomorrow we have our normal live streams happening, or word sprints happening at 12:30. For my Dabble Premium folks, we have office hours tomorrow. If you want to swing on by, the link for that will be in your inbox. It will be in the community today as well. On Tuesday, around the same time as our normal sprints. So Hank won't be able to join the normal ones. He is chatting with Jess Kidd about writing historical cozy mysteries, which is just such a fun genre to be involved with. So that's Tuesday at noon Eastern. And then we have our sprints at 12:30 p.m. Eastern. So thank you everybody for joining. Reed, you got over 1,000 words over all 3 sprints. I love seeing that. Great progress today, everybody. I have an awesome job on that. Thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate it because not only do you all benefit from this, but I truly benefit from you being here, writing alongside me. I really appreciate it. And I'll see you next time. Bye for now.